Can be good backup if YouTube goes down. Oh, yay. Hey, guys. If you can hear me, just write a little comment in the comment section. And if you're following us on Spotify, today I'm going to play number 9, which is Flowing Brave 1 Hour. So when we get started, you can just press play on Spotify and then you're listening to the same thing as me. Can everybody hear me okay? Can someone just say a hi in the chat box just so I know that you can hear my voice? Yay, people are waving on. I'm also on Instagram Live just in case something happens with YouTube. There's been a couple of issues recently. So I will just get started. So we'll start today in child's pose. So just lying down on your mats. Hopefully you have one at home, and just placing your forehead on the floor. And pressing play on your playlist on Spotify, which is number 9, Flowing Brave 1 Hour. So just taking a moment, I like to let my toes touch at the back of the mat and my knees wide. If your knees are a little bit sensitive, you can actually bring them closer together, whatever feels okay for you. Hands out in front of you and forehead just resting on the mat. Let's take a big breath in together. It's been a pretty big week for everybody. Take a breath in. Exhale, release. Now just taking this moment to really be heavy on the floor. Allowing all your body parts that are in contact with the floor to just sink and melt. Maybe there's a slight move from side to side to massage your head on the floor. And we'll take this opportunity to have a big, beautiful breaths in. So filling the belly, inhale and exhale. Breathing deep and wide into that diaphragm. As you inhale, the belly is soft. As you exhale, let the belly come towards the spine and empty out the lungs. Bringing that attention to the breath. Paying attention to all the sensations around the breath. Maybe the temperature as it comes in through the nose, a little cooler. And the temperature through the nose as you exhale, a little warmer. Finding softness in the shoulders, sinking a little further into the floor. Releasing and allowing yourself to be heavy. Pushing into your hands as slowly we come up onto our elbows, pushing up onto our hands and placing your hands so they're stacked over the shoulders. We'll take some early cat-cow so the belly drops, and inhale, look up towards the roof. Exhale, pushing the floor away, gaze towards the belly. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone towards the roof, gaze up. Exhale, push that floor away. And I like to take a couple of little intuitive movements. So maybe you barrel roll the hips if that feels good. Maybe you want to move forward and back a little. Some figure eights sometimes also feels good. So moving the hips and the shoulders in opposite directions. The good thing is I can't see you, so you can do any movements that feel good. They might not look so Instagrammable, but if they feel nice, then do them. Closing those eyes and taking that attention into your body. Exhale, come back to neutral spine. Realign the back, so tilting the tailbone down towards the floor to engage the core. Inhale, we gaze the right hand up. Exhale, underneath the body for a twist. Relaxing the head on the floor, the shoulder on the floor. Closing the eyes and just feeling the stretch, moving the fingers to allow the sensations and the tension in the shoulder and the arm to release. Pushing up through your left hand, coming back to center. Inhale, we lift left hand up. The neck doesn't have to follow, it can be relaxed. Exhale, thread the needle onto the other side. So we relax the head onto the floor, the shoulders onto the floor, and move those fingers on the left hand to allow any extra tension to melt away. Right hand pushes into the floor to come back to center. Really grounding through those hands and pushing up through the shoulders. So when I say protract the shoulders, the difference is here when you're sinking your chest forward. Protraction is pushing away. So let's have a few practice of those. So we drop the chest, the shoulders go up towards the roof. This is not what we want. My back is rounding. When you push the floor away, you automatically tilt the tailbone under and you have a real connection to core. You're also pushing up through shoulders, which is going to make your shoulders really strong. And that's what we're looking for here. Toes onto the floor, squeeze the glutes first, squeeze the pelvic floor and lift the knees. Just a little bit. So we don't want to be right up here. We want to be right down low. So just hovering off the floor. Gaze can be just to the floor in front of you. Lift the left foot up. I'm loving this one at the moment. Hold it and down. Lift the right foot up. Hold it and down. Gently start to straighten the legs and coming into your first downward facing dog. So walking your hands forward is a good idea. Having your down dog too close is also can be difficult for the legs. So if you come a little wider and try and get that weight back into the legs. So what we don't want to do is have a down dog like this because it's going to put a lot of pressure on our wrists. So pushing back, relaxing neck and head, have hands nice and wide on the mat and look towards the belly. Take a breath in together. I like to pedal out my legs. I have quite tight hamstrings, so I don't know about you, but it feels good to me to do this. Just shake the head no, nod the head yes. Release the neck. Look up between the hands. Step the foot up between the hands with control. If you can't get there with your flexibility, just help yourself there. Step your back foot forward. Inhale to flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, we gently rise up, bending the knees, protecting lower back. Hands come through heart center. Inhale to rise. And exhale, hands to heart. So today we're going to focus on coming from a place of feeling. I know that this week there's been a lot of things happening in the media and the news. There's been a lot of emotional content. And for this next 60 minutes, I'd love for you to just focus on your body. So forget about all the things going on in your mind and get really engrossed in this practice. So that's what my intention for you is today. So what that means is feel your body, feel the movements. If your head starts going into overdrive, just bring the mind back to the sensation of the physical practice, a type of moving meditation. Take a breath in. Exhale. Inhale, hands up to sky. And exhale, hands down to floor. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands down. Option to step back, or if you have an early jump back, you're welcome. And stay here. So with our plank, we don't want to be up here. And we don't want to be down here, okay? The plank is nice and strong. Again, that protraction through the shoulders I was talking about, pushing back through the heels. But we want to make sure that our chest is not going too far back. We want the chest between the hands. Why? Because it makes it harder and it makes it more of a core workout. That's what we're looking for here. And it's perfect for your chaturangas. If this is too much, come down with the knees on the floor, but also just avoid them rounding in the back. Keep holding. The first one, we're going to go down for 10 breaths. So if you need to drop your knees, take that option. Bring the chest even further forward on tips of toes for 10. Little tricep push up. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Now forehead to the mat for a moment. Hands under the shoulders. Inhale for baby cobra. So we squeeze the glutes, zip the legs together, push the tops of the feet into the floor and neutral neck. Exhale to fold forward. Pushing up through hands, tuck the toes, little reverse push up and back to down dog. Taking a walk out here of the legs. Nodding the head, yes. Shaking the head, no. Come up on tips of toes and exhale down through heels. Now, when you start, your down dog is not going to look like this. Your down dog might look more like this with bent knees. And what I would prefer is that your weight is back with bent knees than being like this and trying to get your legs straight. So bend your knees if you need to. That's totally cool. Look between your hands. Bend your knees. You're going to do a little option for a jump. You can jump forward between the hands. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Gently we start to rise up, keeping knees bent, tilting the pelvis under. Hands come up through heart center. Big inhale. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fall. Inhale to flat back. Hands can be on shin or on the floor in front. Exhale, hands to floor. Now your option to jump back with control into your plank. Always an option to lower your knees for your chaturanga. Otherwise, come with me. We come forward and down halfway. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Hands come under the shoulders. Inhale, rise into upward facing dog. So with our up dog, it's really common to start here with a rounding through the shoulders and dumping into lower back. I invite you to roll the shoulders back, squeeze the booty, and then you'll start to feel that decompression in your spine. Tuck your toes, push up and back, downward facing dog. Having a big breath here, and exhale to release. Maybe pedaling out those legs again. Gaze between the hands, little jump if you want. So with the jump, you want to make sure you're getting a bit of air so you can put the weight into the hands. Inhale into flat back and exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Close the eyes, it feels nice to roll up. And exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, option to step or to jump back. Now your third option for your chaturangas for the rest of class, come forward and then down halfway. Your option is go all the way to the floor or to flip up and come into up dog. So with this one, the more that we squeeze the glutes and squeeze the thighs, we lift off. So you can either have the thighs on the floor or squeeze as much as you can and they'll rise. It's more active. Tuck the toes, push up and back into downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in and exhale, release. Raising the right leg up. So with this one, we're trying to keep the hips straight. So trying not to open the hips. Shoulders are also even. Exhale, sweep the foot between the hands. Inhale to rise up into warrior one. So with warrior one, it's hard to see from my angle, but the feet are not right in front of each other. We have what we call train tracks is an easy way to explain this. So you have space for your hips. So they're actually facing forward, not to the side. So just check yourself. Now I invite you to come a little deeper. So you want that front knee over your front ankle. Breathe, lift the toes on the front foot, push through your front heel. Exhale, hands to floor. Move through your flow. So option 1, lower knees. Option 2, all the way down. Or option 3, stop halfway and flip up. One-legged chaturanga, also an option. And exhale back into your downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up. Big breath in. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Warrior one is quite difficult to start out. And just come a little deeper, I invite you, because it's often you need to go deeper than you even think to get that knee over the ankle. Exhale, hands to floor. Step back, moving through your flow, taking your option that is calling you today. Inhale to up dog and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, we rise. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. So warrior two, we actually move the feet. So the front heel is in line with the instep of the back foot. Knees over front ankle. Just check it's going towards the pinky toe not in towards the big toe. Hands up, gaze towards front middle finger. I give mine a little wiggle because it releases a bit of tension. Breathe in. Exhale a little deeper. Push through the back blade of the back foot, the back edge. Exhale, come to floor. Move through your flow. One-legged chaturanga, an option. Inhale to up dog. This is my workout too, actually, today. And exhale into down dog. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Moving that back foot, coming a little deeper, seeing if the hips can open. Gaze towards front middle finger. Push down through the blade side of the back foot, which also works to open hips. Breathe. Exhale, hands to floor. Moving through your flow, high to low plank. Inhale to come up. And exhale to down dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, come through between the hands. Inhale, we rise up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. We're starting to pick up the pace. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. So you can have a bind if you are there, if you're in your practice, like what I just did, or it's okay to stay here. I actually like to traction out my hip to avoid compression, and it allows me to go further as well. If that feels good for you, then do that. Try and keep that front knee bent over the front heel. Exhale, warrior two. And extended side angle. So option one, you can just place your elbow on your front knee. You don't have to look up, the neck can be relaxed. Breathing here. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Moving through your flow, option, take whatever you need today. Inhale into up dog and exhale into down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, sweep between the hands with control. Inhale, we rise up, warrior one. Exhale into warrior two. Flip front palm, reach forward and flip up. So your options are a bind, if it's in your practice. Option two is to traction up that back with pushing on the back hip, which gives more space to go into reverse warrior without compression. I actually really like this option. And relax the neck. Come a little deeper in the front knee. Keep holding. Pick the toes up on the front foot. Just the toes, the ball of the foot is on the floor. Exhale, hands come to extended side angle. So placing your elbow on your quad, raising the top right hand up, and relaxing neck and head. Just checking that your knee's over that ankle again. And keep active through the legs. So don't just passively hang out here. Keep engaged and lifted. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Step back, moving through your one-legged chaturanga or knees on the floor is also an option. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, we meet in down dog. Not for long though. Inhale, reach right leg up. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, back through warrior two, straighten front leg, Trikonasana. So we reach forward and tilt down. So rather than having to want to have your hand on the floor, see if you can get length, and actually you want those hips to be even. So that front heel is in line with the instep of the back foot, and you're trying to open the hip, using core to rise up. So dumping is actually not going to do anything for your core, so lift. Exhale, warrior two, extended side angle again. Breathe. Now your second option is placing the hand to the floor and actually using that bottom arm to traction open the chest. Relax neck and head. Maybe there's a bind here for you so you can interlace your hands behind your back. What we want to avoid is this rounding. We want the chest to be open. If it helps to look up, you can do that, but I always relax the neck. Exhale, hands to floor. Place the left hand onto floor, open up to the right, coming onto the ball of the back foot for a twist. Again, relaxing through neck and head. Exhale, hands down, move through your choice of vinyasa. So option one is lower the knees and come down. Inhale to rise. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up, inhale. Exhale, sweep between the hands with control. Inhale, we rise, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip front palm, reach forward. Reach like you're painting the ceiling, reverse warrior. Option one is bind. Option one is here, actually. Option two is bind or traction out the back. Exhale, straighten that front leg, reach forward, Trikonasana. So triangle pose. The bottom hand goes towards the floor and seeing if you can float the hand up. So rather than dumping and trying to grab the toe, which is another variation, today we're working on strength. So we're lifting. Exhale, warrior two, extended side angle. Now, option is to stay here or hand to floor and traction open the chest. So we're coming more into a type of side bend where we're also opening the hips. Or if you want to come to your bind, hands come behind you and your hands maybe interlock, keeping that top shoulder rolling open. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale, hands come down to floor. Right hand to floor and lifting the left, coming onto the ball of the back foot for a twist. Relaxing neck and head or gazing up, whatever feels better for you. Exhale, hands to floor. Move through your option. So knees down or knees up or one-legged chaturanga. Just take what feels cool. And exhale, we'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Taking a big breath in, rise up onto the toes. Exhale, release. Inhale, reaching right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. So we're bringing the chest between the hands and trying to get the nose to touch the knee. Inhale to rise. Exhale to right elbow. Hold for a moment. Inhale to rise. Exhale to other elbow. Hold for a moment. Spooling up. Inhale to rise. Exhale to left elbow. Hold even more. Maybe you get the knee to touch the elbow or the upper arm. Extra points. There's a reason we're doing this. Inhale back up. Exhale, knee to right elbow or upper arm. See if you can get them to touch. You get some extra points. Inhale back up. Are you ready to try a version of crow? So right leg comes to the top of your right arm. I'll do it this way so you can see. To the top of the right arm. Bend the elbows a lot. And maybe there is a little crow, a flying crow for you. And back down. Maybe not, that's okay. Just meet me back in three-legged dog when you're ready. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale, we rise up into crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, sink a little lower. I like to pick up my toes on the front foot to activate all these muscles in the front of the shin that protect the knee. Exhale into warrior two. Take a breath. Exhale. Extended side angle. So placing that elbow on the shin, if that feels okay for you, or maybe onto the floor. If you had that bind, you can find it again. If you did have the bind and you want to try a little bird of paradise, that's option here as well. So if you don't know what that is, stay in the previous version. Otherwise, step your back foot forward, come up onto your tippy toes, maybe stay here, and maybe you can have a rise. Now, if you are risen up, you can start to straighten the leg. One more breath wherever you are. Exhale, bend the foot towards the floor. Coming back down with control. Step back to your extended side angle. Hands come to floor. Step back into high plank. Hold here. Right hand into the center of the mat, rolling over to your left, side plank. So option one, knees on the floor. Option two, both legs are straight. Option three, we raise the top leg. If you want to bind, you can also go there. So interlace fingers around the toe and lift up. Hold for one more breath. Exhale into plank. Now move through your option. Absolutely fine to lower the knees. Inhale into upward facing dog. Hope you're starting to get sweaty. It's getting warm in here. Tilt the toes, come back into your downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here together. Big inhale. Exhale, release. One more big breath in. Exhale. Inhale, raise the left leg up this time. You know where we're going, right? Maybe not. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale to rise. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Hold for a moment. Inhale back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Hold for a moment. Inhale back up. Second round, a little deeper. Exhale to right elbow or upper arm. See if they can touch. Inhale to rise. Exhale, knee to left elbow or upper arm. See if you can hold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, we're going to try that little side crow or the flying crow again. So bringing that knee forward onto the upper arm. Bend your elbows a lot, and maybe you can start to fly the back leg. Doesn't matter if you don't get there today. Just get them into touch and stay here. Inhale back up when you're ready, three-legged dog. Exhale, sweep between the hands. Inhale to rise up. Who said yoga was easy? Not power. Just breathe and come a little deeper. Lift front toes, push through the heel, knees over the front ankle. Keep the whole body engaged till tailbone lift up. Exhale, warrior two. So again, opening the hips, knees tracking towards little pinky toe, not dumping in, gaze towards front middle finger. Breathe a little deeper. Extended side angle. So option one is resting on the thigh, or two for flexibility, come low. If you have your bind, take it now. Those of you who are cool with a bind, you can have a play with Bird of Paradise. Look towards front foot. Step your back foot forward, come onto left toe. If you're feeling like you can come up, then you start to lift. If you're here, try and hold. If you want to take it further, straighten the leg. Find that point of focus that isn't moving. Whatever option you chose, Bird of Paradises start to come down, meet us back in extended side angle. Exhale, frame the front feet, so hands on the floor. Step back to plank. Left hand to center of the mat, open up to right. Option one, lower knee to floor. Option two, both are straight. Option three, right leg raises. Option four is a bind, if you want to go there. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, hands to floor. Choose your option of your chaturanga. So lower knees is cool if you want. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. This is your option for a little child's pose if you want, or a little drink of water, which is what I'm going to do. So just take a moment and come into dolphin if you're feeling really feisty. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release. Look between the hands. Place your knees between the hands. We're coming down into a boat pose. So grab the backs of your knees until we're all here together. You with me? Hands come out. So we don't want to do any rolling forward. Chest is open. Option two, straighten the legs. Makes it harder. Okay. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halfway down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover. It hurts less if you smile for 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to floor. Little pistol grip with the hands. I call this Charlie's Angels Asana. And take the feet wide. So we're doing little pulses. So we'll start pulse up between the legs, to the left, to the middle, to the right, to the middle, to the left, to the middle. Stay in the middle. 3, 2, 1. To the right for 4, 3, 2, 1. To the middle. 4, 3, 2, 1. To the left. 3, 2, 1. Now see if you can just try and do a double up to your toes for another 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let the feet come down, stretch out. So in yoga, core is really important, which is why I spend a little bit of extra time on the core. So hands come behind the head, elbows up towards the roof, shin parallel to the floor, flex the feet. Inhale, we rise, neck and head off the floor, and also the shoulders. Elbows to roof, exhale, both elbows to left knee, straighten right leg. Hold. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, both elbows to right knee, straighten left leg. Try and lift the shoulders even more off the floor. Hold. Inhale, back to center. One more time. You ready? Exhale, both elbows to left knee, straighten right leg. Hold. Lift the shoulders as much as you can. Inhale, back to center. Keep the shoulders off the floor. Both elbows to right knee, straighten left leg. Lift the shoulders up even more. Hold. Inhale back to center and exhale side out. Bend the knees, feet flat to the floor. Move the legs a little from side to side. Flip over onto your belly. And a little up dog here just to stretch out the core after all that compression and tension. Tuck the toes, push up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raising the right leg up. And exhale, knee to nose. We're not doing abs again. So placing the foot down, we're preparing for half pigeon. So if you're starting with half pigeon, I like to have a block underneath my glutes at the back. I did that for the first few years because I was quite tight. That's to keep your hips even and not just sinking down to one side. If you're quite open in the hip, you can place your glute on the floor. Now flex your toes if your shin is almost parallel with the front of the mat. If your leg's bent, I want you to point your toes to protect your knee. Exhale, we slowly start to fold forward. Relaxing the neck and head on the floor. So this is a time in power yoga where we're really allowing ourselves to relax. So there's no tension in the shoulders. See if you can just create a bit more space by walking the hands a little further out to release. Maybe bend the elbows. And bringing that attention back to the breath, like we started the class. And just see if that intention or feeling into the body has been there for you today. Or maybe you've been stuck in your head. To go a little deeper into the pose, we come up onto our back toe and walk the left leg back. That's if you want to feel a little more. Or you can actually help your foot a little bit further forward so your shin is more parallel with the mat, but making sure we're not rolling onto the right glute. You want your hips straight. So just playing with what feels right for you and avoiding any pain. If there's any pain in the front knee, point the foot and come out a little bit. You can also take figure 4 option on your back. Gently start to rise up. Staying here for a moment. If there's any compression in the back, just bring your chest a little bit further forward and just have a little play with moving back and forward onto that front glute to see if you can almost deepen and release that stretch as what feels right for you. The back foot, slowly, I like to help my back leg around because it goes asleep sometimes after doing half pigeon. And from here, just removing extra padding from underneath the glutes, the booty, scientific term. Inhale, reach the hands up. We're lifting the chest. We do this to elongate the back. So we're creating space. Then turn the chest towards the left foot and exhale, fold forward. So just allowing the neck and head to release. A little bend in the front knee is okay. Trying to keep that chest open. So we want to avoid any rounding through the back, which is really common when you start your fold forward. So we're trying to tilt from the pelvis and keep the chest quite straight and open, and then letting the hands come where they come. From there, if you feel you want to fold forward and have a slight rounding, you can, as long as the chest is resting on your quad. That's the main goal. I have a little bend in the front knee to allow me to feel more of a stretch in my lower back. We hold these stretches a little longer to really improve our long-term flexibility. Walking the hands gently back to neutral spine. Right foot comes over the top of the straight leg. Left arm hooks around for Lord of the Fish, so a twist. I like to have my hand at the back quite close to my spine to allow me to have a straight back. If you do have a bind, you're welcome to take it. Otherwise, just stay as you are. Gaze can just be to the wall in front of you. It doesn't have to look back. Inhale back to center. That right foot can stay on your quad as you come into your reverse tabletop, or you can place the foot on the floor and hips up towards the roof. Gaze is toward belly, or if it's okay for your neck, look back. Exhale, glutes to floor. Cross your legs. Option to have a jump through or to just step back into plank. If you're doing a jump through, try and have that control. Pushing up through your shoulders. Finding that protraction. Coming forward and down all the way to the ground. Inhale, we rise up, rolling shoulders back. And exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting left leg up. Walk it back a little more. When you feel that, if you're quite new, placing a pillow or a block underneath that left glute is going to keep your hips straight and also protect the knee a little bit. Takes a bit of pressure off. Then walk your chest forward and fall wherever you fall. So you may not get your head down on the ground, and that's okay. If you have blocks at home, you can build a little fortress for your head at any level that feels okay for you. We're trying to find some softness here. Inhale, we reach forward through the chest and walk the hands a little further because it allows us to get more space in the back. Exhale to fold. Again, remembering to flex or point the toe depending on how much your shin is parallel to the front of the mat, and also if your knees are sore. If you do have sore knees, like I mentioned before, figure four is an option. When you come onto your back, and you can either grab the back of your hamstring or knee. That's another option if you do have tweaky knees. Slowly start to walk the hands up. And from here, the back leg gently sweeps around towards the front, coming into our fold forward. So removing the padding from underneath the glutes. Inhale, we rise the hands up, and exhale to fold forward. So again, trying to avoid the rounding through the top back. If you're not quite at that flexibility zone to come lower, then you don't have to. So you want the hip bones to be facing towards the front of the room, so they're pointing in the right direction. If your hips are back, then folding forward is very hard. But if your hips, your anatomy is folding in the right direction, the flexion, you can slowly start to fold forward in the right way. Inhale to lengthen chest, come out of the pose a little bit, and exhale to fold a little further with the breath. It's always one side that's a little tighter. That's absolutely normal. Just observe that. Inhale to rise chest and exhale to fold. Creating a little bit of space in the T, so relaxing that jaw. Hands gently walking up. And then your top leg goes over the top of the straight leg. Inhale the right arm up and exhale to twist over towards the side of the room, Lord of the Fish. Your back hand comes behind a little closer to make sure you're straight through the back so you're not hunching, and lifting and twist. Exhale, hands come behind you. That top leg can stay on your thigh, or you can come into normal reverse tabletop. Choosing your option, rise up. The more that your knee is towards the floor, the more of an opening you get. Gaze towards belly or head back. Exhale, both legs come down. Cross the knees, hands up. Option to jump or step back into high plank. Hover forward and down. Inhale to rise up. And exhale to fold. Looking between the hands, walking the feet between the hands, and slowly we start to rise. Hands come to center, taking a moment to breathe. Inhale, rising your right leg up. Coming into, if you have at home a belt or a scarf or any type of jumper, you can use that. Or if you have a bind, you can first use your first two fingers around your big toe to extend out. So you're going to choose your option. So if you're using a strap, it's around the ball of your foot to extend out. If you're doing the big toe grab, get your first two fingers around the toe and extend out to the side. I place my left hand on my hip. I find that's better for me. Big breath in and hold. Exhale out to the side. So the more straight your heel is towards the side of the room, the more of an opening you're going to get through those hamstrings. Hold a little longer. Find that point of focus that isn't moving. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bend the knee, but keep the leg up, hands on the hips, 3 leg extensions. Exhale, extend for 1. Inhale, bend the knee and lift. Exhale for 2. Inhale, bend and lift. Exhale for 1. Bend and lift, sweep back. Warrior 3 or aeroplane. So warrior 3, hands can be forward. If that hurts the back, hands to chest, or aeroplane is option 1. Flex toes to floor. Keep the hips straight. You want your back heel to be in line with your front of your head. Gaze towards the floor, palms facing down. Hold for 1 more breath. Exhale into half moon. So place your left hand onto the tall block and open to the side or to the floor. Now, if you do have something to lean on, it'll help you. I like to lift up, and the reason for that is I want to use my core. So flex your toes towards your shin. Even if you fall over, that's okay. Hold for 1 more breath. Exhale, hands to floor, standing legs split. Keep your back foot as high as possible. Maybe you have some little handstand hops, so lifting onto that left foot. Maybe you want some little hops. You don't have to get too much air time. It's just trying to get that sensation of strength. And exhale. When you're ready, coming into a forward fold, grab your elbows and rock side to side. Having a breath here. Bend through the knees. Gently start to lift up. Hands to heart center. Feel through those legs again. This time we do the left side. So we're going to lift the left leg up. Choose your option. So if you had your strap, you can use that. So around the ball of the foot and exhale to extend. That's option 1. Option 2, fingers around the toe, extend out. You can also do just grab the shin. That's also a good option, actually. Inhale out to the side and hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Straighten that back heel. Let's hold a little longer here. Inhale back to center, bend the knee, lift the leg up. Hold for a moment, 3 leg extensions. Exhale for 1. Inhale to rise and lift. Exhale for 2. Inhale to rise and lift. Exhale for 3. Sweep behind you. Aeroplane pose. So try and have that back toes flex. Lift the left leg. Elongate through neck and head. Really strong through standing leg. Hands can come to chest or challenge, warrior 3. Wherever you are, hold for 1 more breath. Exhale, hands to floor, back foot rises. Maybe come up onto tippy toes of right foot. Maybe there's some handstand hops. Just trying to get a little bit of length and control. And when you've had enough, just come into forward fold and rock from side to side. Gently start to bend through the knees and rising up. Hands come through heart center, reach up to sky. Exhale to fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hands down, step or jump back into your high plank. Move through your flow, high to low. Inhale to up dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Look between the hands, place the knees between the hands, coming into boat pose. One more time to make our way to the floor. So keep your knees bent and shins parallel, flex toes, hands open. So option to straighten the legs if you want to get more into the core. Exhale, 1/3 of the way down, hold. Exhale, 2/3 of the way down, hold. And then all of the way to the floor, just hovering just for a moment. And exhale, release. Bringing your feet in towards your hands and tickle the backs of the heels. We're coming into bridge pose. The first one, I'd like you to use a block or a pillow between your thighs. So the reason why this is so important is because I want to make sure you're activating and not passively just going up into your back bend. So tickle the backs of your heels. Get that block between the thighs, squeeze them a lot, then lift the hips up towards the roof. So bring the toes up towards the ceiling, push through down the backs of the heels, interlace hands behind you, maybe roll the shoulders back. So from the roof, you can't see your shoulders if you're looking at yourself from the roof. Squeeze your knees even more, squeeze your thighs, lift your toes, push your pelvis towards the roof. Glutes are really engaged. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing the hands, bringing upper back, middle back, lower back to floor. Taking out the block and windscreen wiping the legs from side to side. One more time, you can use your block, or we're going to do leg raises. What leg raises look like is option 1. You place your left foot into the center and your leg is forward, or you can, to make it harder, bring the leg straight up. And then we swap to the other side. Right leg goes to the center for control. Option 1 and option 2. We're going to go for 5 breaths each. So coming into your back bend, so tickle the backs of your heels, roll your hands under. Left foot comes to center of the mat, reach the right foot up, choose your option 1 or 2 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the right foot, place it into the center, and inhale to reach the left leg up. So option 1, option 2 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the foot down, upper back, middle back, lower back to floor. Windscreen wipe the legs. And breathe. Last round. So you can do your leg raises again. I'm going to count that, or come into wheel. If you are coming into wheel, hands come behind your head and you lift up and try and straighten the arms to come out chin to chest as you let yourself down. I'll do the rest with you guys. So we'll do the leg lifts together. Wheel is an option. Tickle the backs of your heels, lift your pelvis up, roll shoulders under, placing your right foot into center of the mat, lift the left leg up for 3, for 2, for 1. I had less counts, so I had to make them longer. Other side, left foot to the center, right foot up for 3, for 2, for 1. Lowering the right foot, coming down from wheel or bridge, lower back gently going to the floor. Knees can go in together like a little teepee to allow the lower back to really sink into floor. Then windscreen wipe the legs from side to side. Moving into an inversion of your choice. So if you want a more active inversion, headstand, handstand, pincher pose, then please come into that now. Today I'm going to be teaching shoulder stand. So Viparita, or restful inversion, you can just use a pillow or a block underneath your sacrum and your legs up. Waterfall pose. This is an option. You can even grab the backs of your legs if you find this really hard to hold. Second option is shoulder stand. So shoulder stand, we're going to be coming up like so, trying not to move the neck. So to make sure that you're in the right position, bring the knees towards the chest and actually walk your hands further down your back and elbows closer together. Lift your legs up. Imagine trying to get the balls of your feet onto the roof. Legs are squeezing together, keep it active. Maybe if it's in your practice, you can start to come into plow. So the feet come over the top of the head onto the floor. If they don't get to the floor, just bend the knees towards the face. That's okay. And hold. To come out of the pose, hands come behind you like brakes, pushing against the floor as you slowly use your core to roll out. Feet come to floor, extending legs out, taking a breath. Gently moving the head from side to side. Bringing the right knee in towards the chest, really pulling it up towards the top of your elbow on the right side. Armpits. Allowing that lower back to release. Exhale, bringing the knee over the top of the body, the supine twist. Trying to keep both your shoulders on the floor. Inhale back to center. Left knee comes up in towards chest, straighten right leg. Exhale, the knee over the top of the body, gaze towards the left hand. Both shoulders are on the floor. If not, just come out a little bit from the stretch. Gently coming back to center and coming into fish pose if you were in shoulder stand. Otherwise, you can just be restful using a happy baby if you're in any other inversion. So the hands come under the glutes, rolling the shoulders under, flex the toes, look towards the feet first, then bend the elbows, then the head falls back. In the version that I do, the top of the head is not touching the floor to avoid pressure on our sensitive neck. To come out of your fish, first gently gaze up towards your toes and straighten your arms as you bring yourself down, removing your hands from underneath your back. Taking your last restful pose of the day, maybe a happy baby is a good choice. So grabbing the sides of the feet and pulling the knees in towards the armpits. Maybe there's a little rock from side to side if that feels good to massage the sacrum. Or maybe you push that sacrum deep into the floor so you're sturdy in your happy baby. Pulling down on the outsides of the feet will deepen the pose. Once your back is feeling happy, finding yourself in your final resting pose, your Shavasana. And you can come directly into your Shavasana if you wish, or I have a short breath work pranayama, they call in Sanskrit, which is breath work. So you're welcome to come with me. We're going to take 30 deep breaths in, the deepest breaths you can ever imagine, and then a natural exhale. So we're really pumping that body and the lungs with as much oxygen as we can. So inhale as deep as you can with a natural exhale. After 30, we're going to hold the exhale for as long as we can. Take a big breath in. Natural release. So let's go for 30. On the last inhale, hold the inhale for as long as you can. And when you can't hold anymore, exhale fully. Holding the breath for as long as you can on the exhale, and then moving into meditation with normal breath. And now gently start to make small movements in your toes. Maybe your thumb touches your first finger softly at the tip. Gently moving the thumb to be in contact with each of the tips of your fingers, gently allowing that sensation to run through the body. You're welcome to stay as you are, or if you wish to come with me, gently inhale, raise the hands up over the head and stretching through the back. Exhale, knees coming towards chest, interlacing fingers around shin and pulling gently the knees towards chest. Maybe there's a little rock if that feels good for your sacrum. Exhale, both knees come down towards your favorite side. And using your bottom arm as a pillow for your head. Keeping the eyes closed. Gently helping yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Legs can be crossed and hands can come to the tops of the knees. Take a moment to bring our hands to our hearts and just to breathe. To really feel into our bodies. The mind is a wonderful tool. but it can also be our biggest demise. Sometimes the simplicity of moving with the breath and moving in our body and being present is the biggest gift we can give to ourselves. Bring your hands to your third eye or between the eyebrows. Being grateful for your health, your practice. Exhale, bowing down first to yourself. And then bowing down to all the virtual people online for all their wonderful energy. I know I am grateful for all of you and all of the wonderful support of our brave community. So thank you so much for being here for us and taking part and being online. It's been a pleasure to teach you all, and I'm so excited to keep bringing you great classes and content. Namaste. Happy Saturday, guys. And I'll see you soon. Love you guys. Bye. I can't see who's online, but I see Emma, Russell. Have a great time on the weekend. Try and get some vitamin D. Ciao.